I am giving my lecture on paper number 106, complex analysis. Complex analysis. In the previous lecture, we have studied about the analytic function and its example. Now we start the with the definition harmonic function. A function phi, phi's function of x and y is said to be harmonic in domain D if phi of xy satisfy Laplace equation Laplace equation del square phi is equal to 0 and del square phi is equal to partial derivative of phi with respect to x second order partial derivative of second derivative of phi with respect to x plus second derivative of phi with respect to y is equal to 0 and second order partial derivatives are continuous function of x and y in domain D, then phi is called harmonic function. Next definition, conjugate harmonic function. If f of z is equal to u plus iota v is an analytic function of z, then v is called the conjugate harmonic function of u. Then v is called conjugate harmonic function of u, and u in its term is termed a conjugate harmonic function of v, or means if we have given v, then conjugate harmonic function is u, or u and v are called conjugate harmonic function. Now we see the theorem. The real and imaginary part of an analytic function are harmonic. The real and imaginary part of an analytic function are harmonic. So we let the analytic function f of z is equal to u plus iota v. U and v are function of x and y. Be an analytic function, so CR equations are satisfied, and CR equation ux is equal to vy and uy is equal to minus vx. Now differentiating ux is equal to vy with respect to x, we have uxx is equal to vyx, equation number 1. Now differentiating uy is equal to minus x with respect to y, we have uyy is equal to minus vxy. Now adding equation 1 and 2, we get uxx plus uyy is equal to vyx minus vxy. Both are equal, so this is equal to 0. Similarly, by differentiating ux is equal to vy and uy is equal to minus vx with respect to y and x respectively, we get vxx plus vyy is equal to 0. Moreover, because of analyticity of f of z, uxx plus iota vxy and the partial derivatives of u and partial derivatives of v second order second order partial derivatives of u and second order partial derivatives of v are continuous function. Thus, by the definition of harmonic function, real and imaginary parts of an analytic function f of z are harmonic functions. Now, next example, show that phi of xy is equal to e raised to x cos y is harmonic in a domain D of z plane or complex plane. Solution: we have given phi of x is equal to e raised to x cos y. So phi of x is equal to e raised to x cos y. Now again differentiating with respect to x, we get e raised to x cos y. And now differentiating with respect to y partially, phi y is equal to minus e raised to x sin y, because e raised to x constant, cos y derivative of cos y is equal to minus sin y. And now again differentiating phi y with respect to y, we get phi y is equal to minus e raised to x cos y, because of derivative of sin y is equal to cos y. Therefore, phi x plus phi y is equal to e raised to x cos y minus e raised to x cos y. So this is equal to 0. Hence, phi satisfies the Laplace equation. Moreover, phi x is equal to e raised to x cos y, and phi y is equal to minus e raised to x cos y, and phi xy is equal to minus e raised to x sin y. Here all second order partial derivatives are of the form exponential and trigonometric form. So all exponential form and trigonometric form are all exponential function and trigonometric function are continuous. So the product of two continuous function is also continuous. So all second order partial derivatives are continuous of x and y in domain. Hence, phi of xy is harmonic in domain. Next example is the function phi of xy is equal to 4xy plus phi xy square minus 3y cube is harmonic. Solution: we have phi of xy is equal to 4xy plus phi x y square minus 3y cube. Now differentiating phi with respect to x, we get 4y plus 5y square. Again differentiating with respect to x, we get 0. Phi. Now differentiating phi with respect to y, we get 4x plus 10xy minus 9y square. Again differentiating this, phi y is equal to 10x minus 18y. Now therefore phi x plus phi y is equal to 10x minus 18y. So this is not equal to 0, hence phi is not harmonic. Now the next example, determine a and b such that the function u is equal to ax cube plus buxy is harmonic. Solution: for the given u is equal to ax cube plus bxy, and this is harmonic function. So determine the second order partial derivatives of u with respect to x and second derivative of u with respect to y partially. So ux is equal to 3a x square plus by, and again differentiating this with respect to x partially. So this is equal to 6ax, and uy is equal to bx, and uyy is equal to 0. So the given function is harmonic function. So uxx plus uyy is equal to 0 implies 6ax plus 0 is equal to 0. So 6ax is equal to 0, hence a is equal to 0. Thus for a is equal to 0 and for any b, phi is harmonic. This is complete. So that u is equal to e raised to minus 2xy into sine x square minus y square is harmonic function. We have to show u is harmonic function. First we have to show u is harmonic function. Find the conjugate function v. Second, find the conjugate function v and analytic function f of z for which u is the real. We have given real part of the analytic function. First we have to show u is harmonic function, and second find the harmonic conjugate v, and then we get the analytic function f of z. So we see the solution here. U is equal to e raised to minus 2xy sine x square minus y square. So first we find the second order partial derivative of u with respect to x and the partial derivative of u with respect to y. So now differentiating u with respect to x, we get this. Now again differentiating this with respect to x, we get equation number 1. U is equal to this, and ux del u by del x is equal to this. Now again differentiating u with respect to x, we get this equation number 1. Now again differentiating u with respect to y, we get this, and differentiating this with respect to y, we get this equation number 2. Now adding equation number 1 and 2, we get del square u upon del x square plus del square u upon del y square is equal to 0. So u is harmonic. Now let f of z is equal to u plus iota v, then f dash of z is equal to del u by del x plus iota del v by del x. Now using CR equation, ux is equal to, sorry, uy is equal to uy is equal to minus vx. So vx is equal to minus uy. So Vx ની વેલ્યુ આપણે પુટ કરીએ minus uy. Now put the value of del u by del x and del u by del y. We get this form. Now replace x by z and y by 0. Replace the value of x by z and value of y by 0. We get this form. F dash of z is equal to 2z cos z square plus 2 iota z sin z square. Now common out 2z into cos z square plus iota sin z square. But e raised to iz is equal to cos z plus iota sin z. So e raised to iota z square into 2z. Now integration integrating with respect to z, we get f of z of the form minus iota e raised to iota z square plus constant, where constant is a plus iota b is a complex constant. Since f of z is equal to u plus iota v is equal to minus iota e raised to minus iota e raised to I into z square plus constant. So put the value of z x plus iota y whole square. So squaring this x square minus y square plus 2 iota xy. So minus iota e raised to iota x square minus y square minus 2xy plus constant. So we can write of the form minus iota e raised to minus 2xy into e raised to iota x square minus y square. So we can e raised to iota x square minus y square is equal to cos x square minus y square plus iota sin x square minus y square. Now multiplying minus iota in the bracket, we get e raised to minus 2xy into sin x square minus y square plus iota minus e raised to minus 2xy cos x square minus y square plus constant. So this is f of z and v is equal to this minus e raised to minus 2xy cos x square minus y square plus b. Now the next example, show that the function u is equal to x 3x square y plus 2x square minus y cube minus 2y square is harmonic. First we have to show this is harmonic. uh, del u square by del x square plus del u square upon del y square is equal to 0 prove करवाना, and then find the conjugate harmonic function v and express u plus iota v is an as an analytic function of z. This is homework, do yourself. Example, if f of z is equal to u plus iota v is an analytic function of z where z is equal to x plus iota v and u minus v is equal to given x minus y into x square plus 4xy plus y square. Find f of z. So એક્ઝામ્પલ થોડોક અલગ પ્રકારનો છે. આપણને u minus v આપેલું છે અને આપણે ફાઇન્ડ કરવાનું છે f of z એનાલિટિક ફંક્શન So solution, f of z is equal to u plus iota v, multiply by iota, we get iota u minus v, because iota square is equal to minus 1. This is equation number 2 and this is 1. Both, adding both the equation, 1 plus 2 is equal to 1 plus iota into f of z is equal to u minus v plus iota u plus v. So 1 plus iota into f of z is equal to u minus v plus iota u plus v. Let 1 plus iota f of z is equal to f of z, and this is equal to capital U, and this is equal to capital V. So u plus v is equal to v and u minus v is equal to u. So this is real part of complex number. So here we have given u is equal to u minus v is equal to x minus y into x square plus 4xy plus y square. Now we find the partial derivative of del u by del x and del u by del y. So 3x square plus 6xy minus 3y square, this is del u by del x, and we can find del v by del x, del y, sorry, del u by del y is equal to अपने મળશે 3x square minus 6xy minus 3y square. So now f dash of z is equal to del u by del x minus iota del u by del y. So put the value of del u by del x is equal to 3x square plus 6xy minus 3y square minus iota del u by del y value 3x square minus 6xy minus 3y square. So now replacing x by z and y by 0, so we get f dash of z is equal to 3z square minus iota 3z square. So f dash of z is equal to 3 into 1 minus iota into z square. Now integrating with respect to z, we get f of z is equal to 3 into 1 minus iota z cube by 3. So 3 cancel out. So we get 1 minus iota z cube plus c1, since f of z is equal to 1 plus iota into f of z. So f of z is equal to 1 plus iota f of z is equal to 1 minus iota z cube plus constant. So f of z is equal to 1 minus iota upon 1 plus iota into z cube plus c1 upon 1 plus iota. So now simplifying this, this is equal to minus iota into z cube plus constant. We get analytic function f of z is equal to minus iota z cube plus constant, where c is complex constant. If f of z is equal to u plus iota v is analytic function of z, and u plus v is equal to e raised to x cos y plus sin y, find f of z. આગળના એક્ઝામ્પલમાં u માઇનસ v આપણને આપેલા હતા, અહીંયા આપણે u પ્લસ v આપણે આપેલા છે. So similarly we can find analytic function f of z, so we get e raised to z plus constant. Now the next topic, power series. summation n is equal to 0 to infinite n, where an is complex constant, z minus z0 raised to n, where z is complex variable and z0 is center, is equal to a0 plus a1 z minus z0 plus a2 z minus z0 square plus infinite. Note: a power series summation n is equal to 0 to infinite an z minus z0 raised to n satisfies exactly one of the following three conditions. The power series satisfies the exactly one of the following three conditions. First condition: the series converges for all z. The series converges only for z minus z0. And third, there exists a positive real number r such that the series converges for all z such that mod z minus z0 less than r and diverges for all z. The series converges for z minus z0 less than r and diverges for all z such that z minus mod z minus z0 greater than r. The number r is called radius of convergence of the power series mod z minus z0 is equal to r, and this is circle of converges. Now the radius of converges 1 upon r is equal to limit n tends to infinite a n plus 1 upon a n mod a n plus 1 upon a n, or the second definition 1 upon r is equal to limit n tends to infinite mod a n raised to 1 by n. Now we see the example based on this definition. Find the radius of convergence. Find the radius of convergence of the following power series. Convergence of the following power series. First, summation n is equal to 1 to infinite n plus 1 upon z plus 2 into n plus 2 into n plus 3 into zn. Answer: here n is equal to this n plus 1 upon n plus 2 into n plus 3, and a n plus 1 is equal to n plus 2 upon n plus 3 into n plus 4. So now mod a n plus 1 upon a n is equal to n plus 2 upon n plus 3 into n plus 4 into 1 upon n plus 1 upon n plus 2 into n plus 3. So here n plus 3 n plus 3 are cancelled out. So mod n plus 1 upon n is equal to n plus 2 into n plus 2 upon n plus 4 into n plus 1. So now get common out n. So n બંનેમાંથી common નીકળે તો n square upon n square. So n now applying limit n tends to infinite mod an plus 1 upon an is equal to limit n tends to infinite n square into 1 plus 2 upon n into 1 plus 2 upon n into n square into 1 plus 4 by n into 1 plus 1 by n. So this is cancel out, and applying limit we get 1 plus 1 into 1 upon 1 into 1. So this is equal to 1. So applying limit this is equal to 1. So this is equal to 1 upon r is equal to 1. So r is equal to 1. And the following examples we can use the similar method. We use this method, and the next for the next definition, summation n is equal to 1 to infinite 1 upon 1 upon n square into z raised to n. Here an is equal to 1 upon n raised to n. So applying limit n tends to infinite mod an raised to 1 by n is equal to limit n tends to infinite mod 1 upon n raised to n raised to 1 by n. So this is applying limit 1 raised to 1 by n upon n raised to n into 1 by n. So n cancel out. So 1 upon n, and applying this limit n tends to infinite mod 1 by n is equal to 0. So here 1 upon r is equal to 0. So 1 upon r is equal to 0. So r is equal to infinite. So these are the examples. Thank you. Examples. Example 2.